Okay, so I've got a type of incense this time, which are the auric blends, and I'm going to light them up. So, I mean, apparently there's not just like, I don't know what incense are, but whether they're Indian or they're definitely from the East, I can say that. So look at that blue flame. That's pretty, isn't it? Kind of blew some of the dust, but alright, so I'm going to talk about the Super Mario Brothers. I know it's strange saying it, but so I beat the game today. I finally did. I was kind of quietly playing the game just because I'm trying to figure out if there's truly any video game left that I still care enough to want to beat. And this bothers me because if there isn't, I'm gonna be a lot more bored than I imagined. And so, you know, I've had this Xbox One for 2 years, but I'm not really able to. I don't have the interest in playing Fallout. I own Fallout 4, Call of Duty, Halo, Master Chief Collection, but these just do not do me justice as much as I'd like them to. So really the thing is that I'm trying to figure out is where are the games and what video games do I want to play. So I actually did go on a gaming spree last year. If some of you folks have tuned into my year one vlogs around September of 2015 and some of August, I was playing Super Metroid and I talked about it. And in November of 2015, I was playing A Link to the Past. Now, also, another game I have forgotten about, but we'll probably get back to at some point, is the Earthbound game. Now, I was playing that back in February of 2016, but I haven't touched it since about March or April. And I remember beating the Belch boss. There's like a boss that talks in belches, and you have to use like a certain like hornet's honey to get him to snack on it, and then you wind up attacking him while he's eating that, because otherwise his status effects will defeat you. So that's where I got. And then I went back to the Mr. Saturn land, and there was like this epilogue thing that went across, and I was like, yeah, I felt like that was a pretty good point to do that right in the middle of the game. I guess I got overconfident. And I just was like, well, now I don't feel like getting any further. So that was what happened there. I am gonna have to get back to Earthbound at some point, because I do want to be able to say that I beat that game. But there was a point. I mean, there was definitely between February and about mid-March, I was down in Taco Bell. I would just set up that Wii U, have some Taco Bell, have a Red Bull, and that was pretty much my earnestness back then. I really went out and did it, but I just need to finish up with that game. But I did manage to beat Super Mario Brothers over the course of this month. And so I played the game. I definitely played the game, and I got to about World 5 or so in one sitting, and then I got to World 7 in the second sitting, and then I got to World 8 in the third sitting, and then I just flipped it on today and beat World 8. And the thing about World 8 and Super Mario Brothers is if you die, you have to start the whole stage over, and you only have so many lives. If you make it to the last stage, which is 8-4, and you lose your last life, you're playing the whole world over. That was my hand trying to do the motions, but so obviously this iconic video game is not very forgiving, and so really to be able to say you can beat it, it takes less errors than you could think. And so I did manage to beat the game today from World 8 onward, and I basically had a life to spare. I was on my last life, and I knew basically if you were to pay me to beat Super Mario Brothers, I could probably get to the 32nd stage, which is the final stage in the game, and I could get to that last enemy with the hammers, and then King Koopa at the end, and that would be the 2 places in the game I could not get to. Now, the hammer enemy may beat you because there's no power-ups in the stage, but if you get past him, King Koopa has the hammers that he'll throw at you also, so you have to basically do the same attack motion twice. And so this is somewhat difficult just because if you get hit at all, there's no safeguard to keep you going. So I had to deal with that, and I did manage to do it. I'm actually pretty good at the hammer enemies, but you know, there are certain times when they do not falter, and when this happens, you will be stationed for longer than you want to be. And there's also a time limit, so it's not that good. But I did manage to do it, and once again, for the second time in my life, I've been able to say that I've beaten Super Mario Brothers. Felt good, and I even got to the point in saying I feel like trying out the lost levels. Now, obviously, this was very foolish, just because the lost levels is pretty much one of the hardest Super Mario games that there is, and really only a select few amount of, pretty much, you call them power players, would be able to do it.